are you? Welcome to a wonderful Monday, June 16th. It is a great life for those not directly involved in war, but it could also be great if you are still alive. Anyway, before we even get started, I was gone last week. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Follow the show. Share it with a friend. Do things to it. This is What's Flying with Victor Dweck. Every day, I'm here live, 5 a.m., trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Today, we have a dear friend of mine, one of the funniest men I know, comic Joe Levy, an all-around decent human being. Joe, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I also have to welcome you to my show because I'm also bringing you on my show. So
Okay.
you're also welcome to the Joe Levy Experiment as well. I don't want to make this thing all introductions, but welcome. No, good. We're both welcoming each other. I feel very welcome. I have some ideas. I want to talk about some things that are very important. I know you do too. So you want to start off because I got some Post-it notes, but I want to wait. So you know what? It is your show. You go ahead.
Yeah. What is this? How is it also your show? Could you educate me first?
Yes. You're on my show, the Joe Levy Experiment.
Okay.
And you're also on. We're both on each other's shows. Okay, we gotta share the love.
So you're talking.
It's a two-show solution.
I understand. So. Before you came on the show, you said, Vic, could I put the video up on my YouTube channel? And I said, sure, because my show is audio only right now. I didn't know that what you meant is this is also an episode of the Joe Levy Experiment.
Oh, does that change things?
No, I think it's quite experimental, honestly.
Yeah, thank you. You get it. See, this is why you're on the show. You get it.
The premise of your show is hijacking other shows and using that as your own content.
Yes, exactly. I'm like the Carlos Mencia of the modern day.
Well, I don't know who that is, but it's certainly...
You know
Carlos Mencia. Oh, the comic. Okay.
Yeah.
He did some sort of experiment?
No, he was stealing. He was known for stealing people's material.
Ah, that's right. Do you remember that show, The Jamie Kennedy Experiment?
No, I'm not that old.
Well, he is a great comic, and he was really popping off in like the early 2000s, and it was some sort of I don't know what show, but it was very cool. Mainly because it was a cool title. So tell our listeners a little bit. So this way, if they don't like my show, they could go ahead and go to your show. What is the Joe Levy Experiment?
How about this? Instead of explaining to it, I'll just give you an idea. Some things I usually bring up on my show. That way, we'll just bring you right in. Okay?
Okay. Great dodge.
Well, it's not a dodge. I'm saying
the concept of the elevator pitch. They say, you know the concept of the elevator pitch was, let's say you walk into, if you're stuck in an elevator with a billionaire and he wants to potentially buy you or your product, you need to be able to say it before the elevator reaches the floor. You got to work on that pitch. What are you going to say? Is you going to tell the billionaire, hold on, why don't I just tell you what's on my Post-it notes?
First of all, if I'm in an elevator with the billionaire and we're in the same elevator, he's not doing well. All right. Second of all, I'm going to be in the elevator. I'm going to be in the elevator for a way shorter amount of time than he is because I'm getting off on the second floor and he's getting off on Tower 7 or whatever, however high it goes. So
that's a good point.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
so
sorry.
Tell us. No, go ahead. Give me an example.
Okay, so I'll give you an example. Here's what I was thinking about recently, and this is big. This is big. I think you're going to like this.
Is this big in general or for the Joe Levy Experiment audience? It's big.
I think. Are you a basketball fan?
I used to really be into the Knicks. I am now a Celtics fan. I know that doesn't make much sense to anyone, but we won't go too into it. But I like basketball.
I want to go into that, but that Celtic thing is horrible. I got to address this point first.
That's interesting. I used to be really good at basketball, and then I became very good at baseball, and I went years without playing basketball, and then I sucked at basketball because, get this, whenever I would try and shoot the basketball, I would throw it like a baseball.
Yeah.
That's true.
See, that's
I wouldn't even go anywhere near the rim. Like, I would throw it like a baseball.
It's muscle memory.
It's muscle memory. It was the only sport I would play, and then I couldn't figure out basketball. To this day, I throw basketball like a baseball.
So you're in the basketball.
I say, people are like, you suck. I say, you should see me play baseball.
So you're just beating people with bats. Muscle memory. Yeah, exactly. Muscle memory.
Exactly.
You're throwing the baseball at the rim.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what I think.
Okay.
Are you aware how there's a lot of international players playing basketball? There's a lot of foreign players playing in the NBA right now, right?
And they're usually tall, right?
Yes, they're tall, white, whatever.
Usually the tall white guys from like the bad white guy from Rocky. They're like built in labs and shipped over.
Yes. Now, a lot of people think. So put that aside for a second, right?
Okay, I'm going to put that aside.
Yeah.
I'm putting it aside.
Yeah.
How does one really do that?
Just kind of like.
You just move it aside in your brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like,
But I'm supposed to hold it in my brain or like come back to it later?
No, definitely hold it in your brain.
So I'm supposed to be holding two thoughts at once in the brain.
Is that too hard for you?
I don't know. But your experiment is not for the simple-minded.
No,
I'll tell you that.
That's true. I got a lot of hypothesis going on right now. You are correct.
I feel like we're doing the scientific method.
Yeah,
it truly is an experiment. Honestly,
yeah,
this is.
Yeah,
yeah. We're in the lab.
We'll go back
to the show. Welcome to the lab. This is the Joe Levy Experiment.
By the way, I love that. A lab coat would be great. I've been trying to find out a way to wear a lab coat for years.
I have a lab coat. I just used it in a sketch. I'll give it to you. Also, a stethoscope if you want the stethoscope.
That now. See, this is good. This is why we got to stick together.
Yeah. I want equity, though. I want a stake in the Joe Levy Experiment.
So it always comes back to that. Got to always.
Why do I have the feeling 20 minutes are going to go by and we will have gotten nothing done?
So let me get to the point. This is a good point. This is a serious point for a second.
Okay.
A lot of people think, I don't know if you're seeing a lot about the protests going on right now in America, but there seems to be a thought prevailing that if you're not from this country, you should not be able to complain. People are saying, oh, if you like it so much, go back to Mexico, do this is America. I disagree. I think no matter what country you're from, if you're in America, you could complain. However, if you're a foreign NBA player, I do not want to see you complain to the referee. I'm sorry, Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I don't want to see you whining to the referee if you're not an American. Go play basketball in Canada, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, if you're not getting enough calls. It's ridiculous.
Shane Gilgeous-Alexander?
No, not fat white guy, skinny black guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, are these foreign basketball players who are tall and white and tend to complain, are they allowed to complain to other people about other things, but they can't complain to the refs, or they're not allowed to complain? Where's the limit for them?
No, so I think you can complain about police brutality, they can complain about immigration, they can complain about anything they want. You cannot complain to the referee if you're a foreign NBA player. I'm sorry, I don't want to see it. Go play basketball in Europe.
What if they're not mic'd up and you don't know exactly what they're complaining about? Maybe it's in between a break and they're complaining about police brutality to the ref.
Fine. Hey, that's fine. That's totally fine. If you want to take a knee mid free throw, go ahead. I'm not. I don't want you. I don't want Luka Doncic looking at the referee like, "Where's my call?" What do you mean? It's in Slovenia. That's where your call is.
So what you're saying is you don't want them to complain about basketball to the refs because why? They shouldn't come here to. What is so protective? Why are you so protective of the refs?
I know. It doesn't make. I don't like it when it's the same way. I guess it is the same thing. People say don't complain about, go back to your country. Come on. You came to America.
What are the refs like in Slovenia? Are you trying to say the refs in Slovenia are so bad, don't come back here and complain about our refs? And why do you feel so connected to the ref? Do you feel insulted? Do you feel like you're somewhat living vicariously through basketball referees?
You know what? Honestly, I like where you're going with this. And yeah, I do. I feel bad for the ref. When I'm watching TV, when I'm watching basketball or football, I sympathize more with the referee.
Yeah. What you're hoping doesn't happen, is not, for a player to get injured or for someone to have a really difficult moment in the game. You're just hoping, I don't want to see that ref get yelled at.
Yeah, because, I feel like the referee. There's shit flying this way. There's shit flying that way. He's just doing his best. He's like, all right, time out here. This guy's chirping this. And he's like, all right. Just come on. Like, the ref is the everyman.
Do you know how some people, when they go to a basketball game or they watch a game at home to support their team, they sit with a jersey? do you watch with a whistle?
You know, not a whistle. What I do is I take a piece of paper. And I just do this the whole time. It's like a striped paper. So it's like stripes. I cover myself in pieces of paper just to, it's like red face.
Lined paper, for those who can't see. Lined paper to have that. Okay.
Yeah.
A whistle might probably be easier.
Yes.
I'll tell you.
I would ask you for a whistle, but you charge me $35 for it in a percentage of the show. So.
I would. Oh, by the way, whistle's hard to come by. When I was in camp, I was like, it might have been third grade, the referee had a whistle. And he was our counselor though, and I said, I really want a whistle. Like, where do you get a whistle? And he's like, if you like behave or don't like be bad or like ruin my day because we were bad kids, it's like if you could like not get in trouble for 1 week, I'll give you a whistle.
No, a whistle is big. A whistle's big.
Yeah, and I got the whistle, and obviously after I got the whistle, I made his life a living hell because now I'm walking around with a whistle.
No, you can't give a kid a whistle. That guy was out of his mind. You can't give a kid a whistle. You're gonna be whistling. I know you're gonna be whistling the whole day.
You don't see whistles around. Do you think that it could have something to do with, like the cost of semiconductors are going up in China, iPhones are becoming more expensive? Do you think whistles are more difficult to produce now in our inflationary economy, or do you think it could just be, we don't see a lot of whistles?
Interesting. So I'm trying to. First of all, I think the whistle would be a great addition to everyday life. I think it'd be great. And I think the reason you don't see a lot is because it's a straw. I mean, if you blow a whistle, you gotta stand your ground. I mean, imagine you blow a whistle like on the subway platform, people are gonna turn heads. People will ignore a lot in New York City. If you blow a whistle, you gotta be prepared to fight.
Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you laid eyes on a whistle in person?
Let me think. When was the last time I saw a whistle? Well, first of all, I'm not able to whistle with my mouth.
That's not what I asked, but I can actually whistle. I think I can whistle louder than anyone using my fingers and my mouth. I need to put in 4 fingers, and my whistle will hurt you.
I would have wanted to see that 2 fingers. I don't want to see you put 4 fingers in your mouth. I'm sorry.
Well,
I don't want.
It's the index.
It's not even.
You don't
even that's too.
Think about.
Even
well, I'm
that,
not like sucking on them.
No, but even that's
I'm not covered in.
No, but even the second you picked up 2 fingers,
you don't want to hear 2 fingers.
I don't want to see. I mean, you're my friend. I don't want to see you put 2 fingers. Come on.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I get it. I understand.
Yeah,
but whistles are hard to come by. You don't see them often.
No, you don't see and you shouldn't. You shouldn't see them often. It's a thing that's
what
again.
Why it's immodest to look directly in the direction of a whistle.
No, it should be reserved for the ref. It should be
for the righteous.
No, it should be. Yeah,
it's
not. It's not something you can play around with. You can't just go around blowing a whistle.
Do you need a license to buy a whistle?
I think you should have to be in a union. You should need a license, a unit. It should be like a gun. You can't walk around with a whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Happy Father's Day to the fathers who celebrated yesterday. Joe, are you a father yet?
No, I'm not a father. I'm going to be a father hopefully soon. I want to, hopefully, inshallah, I'll get married soon, be a father, be a family. No, I'm serious. People think I'm joking when I say these things.
Well, people didn't know. When you first started saying it, sounded like you were like trying to get, trying to...
get pregnant?
Yeah. Consummate? Is it consummate or consecrate?
Concentrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're working on it. What would an ideal Father's Day look like for you? Would it be breakfast in bed? Do people still do that, breakfast in bed?
An ideal Father's Day for me would be probably just a loan.
A nice loan.
Just to be a loan.
Oh, a loan or someone to give you like a small business loan?
Oh, no. Just to be a... that would be nice too. That'd be nice too.
I thought someone was giving you a small business loan like from...
Yeah.
J.P. Morgan Chase.
No. I would
low
just be a loan,
interest
probably.
Loan would be really nice.
That'd be great. That would actually, take it back. That'd be great. A line of credit, maybe a credit card, lottery ticket, anything like that would be pretty nice.
You ever rack up debt on a credit card?
No, that's actually the one thing. Of all the financial mistakes I've made in my life, the one thing I've never really done is got into debt, which is good.
I have.
You have?
Yeah. Well, I was making a lot of money at one point, or not a lot of money, but like money. And then, very quickly, like I wasn't, because it was when I was writing on a show and then like it ended and I thought I'd get more work right away and I didn't. Then I had this balance and you normally pay it down right away. Like I never carried debt, you just pay it down month to month. But credit card's scary, you know?
Yeah.
Now I only spend cash. I take
No,
out money for the week. I know what I'm going to spend for the week. I take it out, and I only spend cash. You save so much money.
No, it's the way to do it. It's the way to do it. I wanted to say, you said you had something prepared.
But also, don't take financial advice from me. So probably you should not do what I just suggested. But it seems like it's working.
I wanted to say this because I want to give you said you have something prepared. I have two more things prepared.
I've never prepared. I didn't say
you've
that.
nothing prepared.
No.
Oh, you don't.
No,
okay,
this is what's flying. The whole premise of the show is I try and figure out what's flying, one thought at a time.
Okay, sorry, because I have these. So can I bring something else up?
Which, by the way, you told me to hold a thought in my mind.
Yeah.
You didn't wrap that loop up. I forgot what the thought was.
No, that thought's done. You're right.
Yeah.
I told you to hold on to it. You dropped it. The baby's cracked.
I tried.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate it.
So what did you have prepared? Go ahead, considering I'm on your show.
No, is it bothering you that I feel like it's bothering me.
No, it's not bothering me. I love being a guest on a show. By the way, I have guests on every day.
Yeah.
More or less. I've never been invited on someone else's show.
No, I'm still on your show, Pete. No, listen, this is still what's flying. Everyone, this is still what's flying.
I would love to be on your show.
Okay, so let me bring up let me bring up another topic then.
Go ahead.
No, but this one you're gonna like.
I like the last one too. I just don't really know what it was.
Yeah,
but I'm enjoying myself.
Okay, good. And I'm having a great time too. This is great.
Yeah.
Okay, this one actually you might like it so much I might have brought it up to you before actually.
Okay.
Because I've had this idea.
I think that means you like it. If you brought it up to me before, that's because you like it so much. It's not you like it so much. Yeah. I probably brought it up to you before.
I do something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, did I? You know what? I think I might have brought it up last month. So I don't want it to be embarrassing that if I still am thinking about this a month later. Mm-hmm. So let me bring up a different thing. Okay.
Oh well, now I know why your show is called the Joe Levy Experiment.
Because
you really don't know what's flying.
No, you don't know what's flying.
You really don't know what's flying. I at least have, I at least try and figure out what's flying. You're not interested.
No,
you don't want to get to the bottom of everything. Your whole experiment is, can I start the show and at the end of it still have a pulse?
Yeah, can we start the show and finish the show?
And finish the show. That's the experiment.
That's the goal of the experiment. I'm not trying to put baking soda in a volcano, make it explode, try to cure AIDS. Okay, I'm done with that.
Yeah, you're done with that. You've been there, done that, failed, ended up getting AIDS, and now yeah,
and exploding like a volcano. Actually, that's actually the reason I got it.
Speaking of AIDS and exploding, your girlfriend's gone for the summer.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, I've been on the.
How you taking it?
Well, yeah. Listen, she's in a different country, and I miss her and I love her, and I talk to her every day. She's texting me some nice pictures.
Ooh.
No, I mean like museum pictures. Her at the museum.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And she's. I miss her a lot. Hope she's doing well. But let me bring up this idea, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Please.
Go ahead.
And then I see. Okay.
Go ahead. Great sentence.
Okay. Okay. Here's what I wanted to say. Okay.
Name of your show should be called Okay. I want to bring this up.
That's
what it should be. Okay, comma. I want to bring this up with Joe Levy.
People, there a lot of there's a prevailing thought in feminist ideology, which I'm a big fan of. A big fan of feminist literature.
For those who can't see, who are watching my feed, Joe is holding a pen. All right, he looks very intellectual. You have a pen. Are you about to what do you look like you're in a courtroom or some sort of legal facility? This is what you're about to say is very serious. So listen up, everyone. Listen up.
I love holding pens. It's my favorite thing. It makes you look more sophisticated, and I will continue to do so.
Okay, excellent.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. There's a prevailing thought in feminist ideology that the reason a lot of mass conflicts are started is because of these things called DMCs, or dick measuring contests, right? And how guys are trying to measure their dicks and try to prove they're better than each other, and they start wars and conflict because of this.
Interesting.
So I think we should start to regulate dick size.
Okay.
Where the max penis size you could have would be 5 inches, and after that, everything's cut off.
Well, Okay.
Yeah, so it kind of like, remember in the Bible there was a bed in Sodom where you couldn't be too long or too short, and if you were too short they would stretch you out. If you were too long they would cut you off. We should do that for penis sizes, where everyone's penis size should be exactly 5 inches, and that way we would eliminate a lot of the world's conflict.
Okay, so I like where you're going with this because I think that your intentions are good. You certainly want to help resolve world conflict. So I don't know what you're talking about with like the stretching out in the legs and Saddam and all that stuff. But before I agree, which I'm open to potentially chopping off peniles.
Okay.
Before
well, real quick, I knew this would be a hard sell for you, so I'm surprised you're taking so easy. I thought you'd
I'm
be
open
against
to
it.
it. I'm just trying to figure out what's flying one thing at a time. You bring up penile. I'm open to talking about it. What if, I know you're a man who likes sports, what if before chopping them off, we charge like a luxury tax? So the Red Sox have a higher payroll. The Yankees, the Mets, they have a high payroll. They pay a luxury tax, right?
Yeah.
Once your payroll is above like $400 million, you pay a luxury tax.
Yeah.
What if men with larger peniles, maybe the luxury tax is like you're not allowed to have a six-pack?
Oh, I like that, to kind of balance things out.
Balance things out.
Yes.
Oh, you have a 12-inch cock. Well, you can't have a head of hair.
Yes. Okay, so interesting. So that's kind of making things more fair overall.
It's that because we wouldn't have to chop penises off.
Yeah.
You got to think about there's the cost of chopping penis. There's the can you actually chop penis and remain?
No, you can. You can
chop penile.
Yeah.
And keep the penile intact and functional.
Yeah. It's
You're pretty sure you looked into this.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well,
I know you think this is some haphazard experiment where there's no hypothesis or research. No.
Yeah, you already wrote the. You wrote the what is it called? Like when you
manifesto?
No, not a manifesto. That's more like killing a United Healthcare guy. Like what is it when you like your thesis or something when you like graduate med school? What do they call that?
Oh, your doctorate.
Your doctorate or something like that.
Yes.
I'm working on my thesis or something.
I got it right here.
Yeah, one dick size. I like that.
Yeah.
I want to come out right now and say I would have to pay the luxury tax.
Oh, come on. What, you're going to have to shave your head, you're saying? You're saying you're going to go...
I'm just saying. I'd like to not have to go into surgery.
Yeah. Okay. So this is more of a... So your pivot was more of a self-preservation thing than it was some genius idea.
No, I really was thinking about the other person. I really was. Now, is this something that's restricted to feminist ideology, or do you think that there's some actual truth to this? That a lot of the people are fighting because... And is it because is it the people with the bigger dicks trying to rid the world of smaller dick people? Or is it the people with the smaller dicks jealous of the larger dick people? Or is it the people with the average size saying, I don't like these two extremes? Is it the communists saying we should all be the same? Meaning you.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. So
who's causing the war? And do the dicks themselves have anything to do with it?
This is okay. This is a good point. And
by the way, if you're a penis, it sucks. If you're a penis, it sucks to have been, sucked into this.
Okay, listen. If you're a penis,
you want to be sucked by a mouth. You don't want to be sucked into war and conflict.
You've had it good long enough. I'm sorry. You've had your time to shine. You're getting played with. You're getting every day. It's a good party for you. So I don't want to hear any complaining on that end.
Yeah, a penis it's a nice life.
Yeah. Or a horrible one, depending on your. It's like a parasite. It really depends on the host.
Well, it could be a hard life.
Definitely a hard life. Hey, not if you're me after 2 beers. All right. Anyways, you're saying, do I believe in there's truth to this? Honestly, I would say for the most part, and this might sound, and I don't want to get too graphic here, right? But whenever I hear
that ship has sailed, my friend.
Yeah. Whenever I hear... This is why we save it for the end of the show. Where all the grandmas stop watching. And my parents make it through like 10 minutes on my YouTube videos and they stop watching.
Yeah, this is the end of the Tonight Show. Yeah, like the third guest that no one's interested in. We're the musical guest at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm going to be whistling through my...
There's been 5-6 commercial breaks. no one's interested.
The dad's passed out.
Yeah.
The mom's having an affair.
Yeah.
This is Whenever I delve into feminist ideology, and I do read these things about penis sizes, to me it always, maybe it's because of my own length, but I always think, come on, that's not what it's about. People can't be that upset about it. And then I think, am I just saying that because I'm satisfied with where I'm at in life? Or is it because, you know what I mean? Like, I don't relate to that. I got to do this to overcompensate. So I don't know if other people do. But I don't know if I do that because I don't need to overcompensate.
Well, it depends how long the penile is.
I don't want, you're not going to answer. That's like asking my IQ score. I'm never, that's
Mean the
not,
SAT? I met someone, I forget who it was, but it was like, it must have been a couple years ago. This person was like in her 30s.
Okay.
And like we were all sitting on the table and talking about getting into colleges and what it was like and like SATs, and like she wouldn't, you know, those people who like won't tell you what they got in the SATs.
Oh my God.
Like
That's
she
crazy.
wouldn't say.
Yeah.
It's not even the same scoring system. When I was there, it was out of 1,600. Now it's out of like 39,000.
What
She wouldn't say. She's
yeah,
like, what the hell? You have a career. I'm not going to judge you. You know those people that like wouldn't say.
Yeah. What? Two questions. What college did she go to, and is she doing well now in her job?
I think she's doing well, and I don't remember what college she went to, but it was like a good school. It was like at least an NYU caliber.
And she wouldn't say.
She wouldn't say.
Yeah, that is, those people are like sick, like legitimately sick in the head, or those are like, that's like how people say Michael Jackson molested kids because he was emotionally stunted. That person might as well molest children because that is an emotionally stunted, behavior thought. Like that is, yes.
What did you get?
I took the ACT, and I went to Baruch. Baruch is a super score, so I got it around like a 28 and 26, I think. Maybe 28 on English, 20 math on 6.
What's the ACT? Is that like for the kids that they're not good enough for the SAT?
Whatever.
Is that what that is? The ACT? What is that?
It's the ACT. Come on. I don't want to say. You know what?
You don't want to say. Okay, but you got a 26?
At a 36.
It's out of what?
36.
You got a perfect score?
No, it's
26 out of 36.
Yes.
I thought you said 26 and a 36, like you took it twice.
No, and I basically got a 27 for all intents and purposes. Around a 27.
Okay. It's either 26 or 27, no?
Around, I don't want, I really don't want to say. I don't want to say. No, I don't want. It's none of your business. It's none of your business.
Yeah, none of your business. That
I stand by. I stand by the lady. She's right. Who the hell are you? You can ask me my SAT score. No. What did you get?
The SATs. ACT, everyone says. Yeah.
What did you get? What did you get? Come on.
My highest score was an 1160. And my lowest score, I think I took it 3 times, I want to say. 2 or 3 times. I got a 1080, an 1160, and I think an 1140 or something like that. And this is at a 1600. Like back then, it's different. Like people get better. I don't know. They got smarter over time. I remember like to get into NYU, you needed like a 1250. You needed it the 12s at the time. Then my sister got like a 1350.
And of course, she's the sister. Of course, she does better.
Yeah, my sister. And I think the test that I did the best on, I went to a party the night before and took it in Brooklyn.
Good.
It was a party. I slept out, took it in Brooklyn, and took the SATs the next day. And I think that's the one I got an 1160 on.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, you were loose. You weren't backed up. You had a you were.
I was good. Yeah.
You were feeling good.
I went in with a whistle too.
Yeah, and you
blew at the moment. Yeah, I blew at the moment I finished.
Do you remember the song "Blow the Whistle"?
No. I wish if we had the license, I'd play it now.
I can play it for you. Blow the whistle. Foo, blow the whistle. Foo.
All right. That's a really fantastic song. Joe, we're up on time.
Yeah.
I don't know how long the Joe Levy Experiment runs for, but we are a 30-minute show, my friend. We are a 30-minute show. Joe, thank you so much for coming on my show. It's been a pleasure being on your show.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you, everyone, for for being here. You're looking good, Victor. You're looking good.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
I'm trying to see if your apartment's messy or not. No, it looks pretty
I got
clean.
a nice, clean apartment.
Looks pretty clean. Good.
Nice,
good.
clean apartment.
Good.
Thank you so much. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow on Tuesday. Thank you so much. This has been What's Flying. Share with a friend. Take care. Get home safe. Cheers. All right, great episode.